Okay, so welcome guys. Today we are going to do problems on window function. So today is going to be the last class for window functions. So and probably the second last class for SQL, because after this we'll have maybe one or two class more where we'll be combining all the concept that you have learned and we'll be just solving problems, and especially interview based problem, something which you can expect in your real interviews. So and also today's class is important because we are going to solve some real interview based problems specific to window function. So today we are just going to use a sim only one focus on one concept. There may be some subqueries or maybe order by group by involved, but I think that's a part, like that's the part of the deal. So before starting or before opening the query, I'll just open this PDF which I just shared with you. So this PDF has 5 questions, P1 to P5. I'll just walk you through this. So what this is the first, this is the question in red. Then I have in this gray box, I have included the query that you will have to run in your query editor to create the table and then insert values into the table. So I have not given you a pre-designed schema or table, so you can like just copy paste. Like if you just copy this query and you can just do this, copy this query like this and open your SQL editor and maybe just open a new script and just paste it. Okay, why is copy not working? Yeah.
Uh,
Your
So,
screen
can you
not in share. Your screen not shared yet.
clear your screen?
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I Okay, sorry guys. I forgot to share my screen. So yeah, this is the PDF that we are going to like this PDF contains 5 questions, P1 to P5, right? So this in red is a question, and after reading the question, this gray area or the box in the gray will include the table that you have to create in your schema, and this insert into query will insert the values in that table, right? So for example, if you want to create this table, you can simply copy this and then go to your query editor and just paste it here, right? So you will get this. And then you just run this and I'm not going to run it again because I've already created this table, and then you can just simply press on this button and you will get this table created. Once you have this table created for the first problem, you can again go back and copy this insert uh, query and then simply paste it here and then run this. Okay. So pretty simple. So I have not given you a pre-populated schema for that matter. And once you run this, so you will be ready with problem one, right? Once you create this table, once you insert this, so you'll be ready with problem one, right? So I'm not going to run this because I've already done this for myself. And just remember one more thing: you have to do all this in window functions schema. So you have to create a schema. I'll tell you how to create this schema. Just go. I think we have covered this in the previous class, but I'll just walk you through. You can see this drum-like icon. Just click on this, right? And just name this schema as window functions, right? I'm not going to run this because I've already done, but once you do this, click on apply and you will get this schema created. And once you have this schema created, you can simply go here in this schema and in the tables, just click on the tables, and then you can just write use window functions. So now this will use your schema window functions, and then you run this query, right? Then you run this query to create the table and insert. So this you have to do separately for all the 5 questions. Not much of a task. So first two uses the same table. The third one, you can then again simply run this query. You will get the tables for third one. Fourth one is pretty big, but don't worry. The values are large or nothing else. So you can just create this table and then insert and just copy paste all the way along till the semicolon. Then you will be ready with your you will be ready with table for your fourth problem, and similarly for the fifth problem. So the query in gray is something which you will have to run in your window function schema. And then this is the problem statement. We'll cover this one by one. and then this is the desired output that you should get, and then this is the solution. So my advice is don't look at the solution first try to do these questions on your own. And I think today we'll solve these questions in class, but from the next assignment onwards, just see the question, run this, see the desired output. I'll also provide some hints, and once you get the desired output, then see the query. Or if you are really stuck and you just cannot wrap your head around these questions, then you can just go through the query, right? So the query or the solution is in green box, right? So this is how I'm going to design the future assignments and future practice question, right? Just to ask you, I'm audible and my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go ahead. Let's go ahead and see this first question. So I have a separate table for the yeah. So we are going to use the orders table here. So I'll just show once you do all this copy pasting and running, you will get this table. I'll just show this table in front of you. So this is the orders table, right? Let me just tell you what this orders table is about. This is the order ID. So every order will have a unique ID. When was this order made? Who was the customer who made this ID, or who made this order, and what product he ordered, right? So, for example, customer order ID one was done by customer one who ordered a product whose ID was one, right? And this is the date of order, and similarly for different customers. So you can see there are repeat customers. So customer one made an order ID, like made an order on 31st, then he again made an order on 10th, then he again made an order on 3rd, and he made order for different products. Like on 31st, he made the order. Let's say product ID one is iPhone. Let's say product ID two is a microwave oven. So similarly, right? So this represents unique products, right? One, two, three is a unique product. These are unique customers, one, two, three, four, and this is the unique order ID. So this is the primary key for the orders table, right? So this is briefly the orders table. Now my question is, what does the question say? Write a SQL query to find the most frequently ordered product for each customer, right? So what you have to find the most frequently ordered product for each customer. That means our customer one has ordered different products, like product one, product two, then again product two, then again product two, then again product two. So separately for each customers, I have to find which product was ordered the most by each customer. So let's say if customer one ordered product one the most, so I should have customer ID one, product ID one, right? If let's say customer two ordered product three the most, so I should get product three in front of customer ID three, customer ID two, right? So this is what I want. So most frequently ordered product for each customer. Uh, did you guys get the question?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming you got it. So now I'll just tell you what is the output I want. So I want this output, right? So let's say our customer one ordered the most ordered product for customer one is product two, right? Then customer two, the most ordered product is product three. Then again product two. So why do we see multiple customer ID twos? Because this customer has made similar number of order, and this is the most ordered product. So there is no product which he has ordered more than these three or less than these three, right? So these are the products that he has ordered. Uh, or let's say if he has ordered for product ID three, he might have ordered this three times. Then he also ordered product two three times, and then he also ordered product one at three times, right? So there is no product which is more than three. Yes, there can be less than three. Then customer ID three, he ordered product three the most, and customer ID four ordered product one the most. So I want this, right? So how do I go about this problem? Uh, let us let's see. So first, what I want is for each customer, I want to see the frequency of order of each product, right? So what I can do is select. Anyone want to try this question before I show you the solution, or just break it down? We'll move step by step. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, I'll have to
Yeah.
pinpoint. Let's say Prasant, do you want to try this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I need to do?
I think we have to divide the query into three parts. I mean, we have to find the first how many times the product ID
Yeah,
has come
right,
to
right.
customer ID.
Go ahead, go ahead. So what am I going to do? Just give me the query. It's always good to break down the query. So first, what I want each customer for each customer. Uh, what is the frequency of order of each product, right? So product one was ordered how many times? Product two was ordered, right? So what I'm going to do here?
Um, we are going to partition the by customer ID and order by the product ID.
Order by product ID. No, if you do order by product ID, you will not get the frequency of product. See, I'll explain this question in a bit detail. Let's say we have customer one who made a, this is let's say customer ID and this is the product ID, right? Let's say he purchased a product ID one, right? Or let me just give it a different name. Let's say he made a purchase of product X. Then again he made a purchase of product X. Then let's say he made a product purchase of product Y. Then let's say he made a product of purchase of product Y. Then again he made. So let's say he made five purchases, right? Two of X and three of Y. Now similarly, customer two, let's say he made a purchase X, he made a purchase X, he made a purchase X, then he made a purchase Y, and then he made a purchase Y, right? So even he made five purchases. What I want is what I want is the most ordered product for each customer. So for customer one, what is the most ordered product? Y,
Why?
right? So what I want is this in the corner also. And then for customer two, what is the most ordered product? X,
X.
right? So this is what I want, right? Most ordered means the maximum value. So how will I go about this? First, I will need to know customer one, how many product X he ordered, right? So two. Then how many product Y he ordered? Three, right? Then similarly for customer two, how many product X he ordered? Three. And then how many product Y he ordered? Two, right? So you see, I have to group by first on these two columns and take a count of the product ID, right?
Yes.
So once I get this, right, then I can apply something, then I can, for each partition, I can just arrange this in descending order based on these values and then get the rank one if I want to find the most like ordered product, right? So after I have done this, the next step would be for one, if I can somehow arrange it like this. So Y is the most ordered, X is the second most ordered. So if I can give it a rank, 1, 2, and similarly for 2, if I can arrange it in descending order based on the uh, count of product ID, and then I can rank this as 1, 2. So this is where your rank will come, and then from this I can filter out where some where clause rank is equal to 1, right? So I'll get. So you understand the logic how I'm going forward. So these are like two-step question or three-step question. So always try to first understand what this question is right has asked, maybe on a pen and paper, and then go ahead. So first, what you have to do something like this. This is pretty simple. Once you get this, you can put this in a subquery, right? And then run a window function here, and then again put this in a subquery and run a simple where clause. Are you getting me? Are you following, guys?
Yes.
What I've done,
Yes.
right? So this is what I have to do. So now, how am I going to like write this in code? So first, what I have to do for each customer ID, I have to group by such a manner that I can get the count of the product ID. So I can do simple customer ID. I can do product ID. Then I can do count of product ID as uh, frequency of orders uh, from orders. I can do a group by. Now tell me what will I group this by if I want something like this? I want this. So how am I going to group by?
Customer ID.
Just customer
Customer
ID
and product ID also.
and product ID. You know this alias, this short form, this short trick. How? Why do I write one and two?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
instead of
yes,
writing
sir.
the entire
Yes.
customer ID, product ID, you can simply write the location or the index number. So customer ID is the first column that you want, so you can simply write 1, 2, right? So this eases the task. So let me say group by 1, 2, right? Now what I'm doing here is for each customer. So when I'm grouping by one, that means I'm first creating groups for customers, and then within those customers, I am creating groups for the product ID. So here X and Y, and then I am counting the product ID, right? So this is pretty simple. So once I do this, I'll get this. Okay. So customer one, let me also order by, uh, what am I going to order by? Let me order by customer ID. Okay. So see, customer one, okay, customer one for the product one, he made one purchase, right? And for product two, he made three purchases. So what is the most ordered product for customer three? Customer one,
Product
sorry,
two.
product two,
Product two.
right? So I want somehow I want this in my output. Then for customer two, you can see customer two made I think one, two, three purchases, and the frequency of each purchase is 111. So this is all the three are going to be the most ordered product for customer two. So what would I want? All the three values, right? All the three product ID. For customer three, there's only one product which he has ordered twice, so this is going to be the most valued product. And then for customer four, only one, right? So can I just order by descending? Not descending. I will not need order by here. Okay. So now once I've done this, so what is the next step? Now I want to somehow get the most ordered product at the top and then give it a rank one and then filter out. So what I'm going to do now?
First descending it and then ranking.
Yeah. So can I put this in a subquery? So what I'll do is I'll put this in a subquery. So once I've put this in, just pay attention, right? I'm taking it very slow so that you can digest each step. So let us say that I have put this in a subquery as X, right? Now let me just say select star, comma. Let me use the rank function, right? Over. Let me partition partition by X dot. Now this entire table is my the now this becomes my subquery, right? So I am now whatever code I'm writing, I'm querying from this table, right? So you can visualize it from here. X dot customer ID, uh, order by, what will I order by? I want the most frequent purchases. So I have to order by frequency of orders, right? I hope you're following me. Let me say order by frequency and I'll do this descending. Why descending? Because I want the highest order first, right? So once I do this and I give it a rank, then I do a from, right? Now what will this give me? From this table, it will create one more column, and in that column, it will partition by each customer, and for each customer, it is going to uh, order by the frequency of orders. So the maximum purchase or the maximum frequency will go up, and that will get a rank one, and the lower one will get rank two. Similarly, for these, since these all three are same, so all these three will get rank one, 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 and then for this, there's only one value, so rank one, right? So let me just run this. What will I get? So you can see customer ID one made a product ID purchase product two three times. Hence, this is this has gotten the rank one. Similarly, customer two has product had purchased product ID one two three one times. Hence, all the three got rank one, and these three will get rank one. Now, once I got this, what I want the most ordered products. The most ordered product means the product which or the rank or those product which has rank one, right? So what I can do is I can now put this entire uh, table as a subquery. I hope you're getting how I'm writing stuff subquery one by one. right? Let me give this a name as Y, right? And now let me just select what I want in the final output, just the customer ID and the product ID, right? So I can select
Customer ID and
Y,
product ID.
yeah. So Y dot customer ID, and why I'm writing Y, because now this entire table is called Y. So it is a good practice to use the table name or the alias name that we have given to the table. Customer ID, product ID, right? Uh, from now, if you write this, you'll get everything. But what I want, only the most ordered products. So outside this, I'll write where Y dot rank is equal to 1, right? Now when I run this, I should get the desired. So you can see customer ID 1, product ID 2 is the most purchased. Then for customer ID 2, product ID 1, 2, 3 are the most purchased. And this is what I wanted, right? Customer 1, 2, right? So did you guys follow? It was a pretty simple question, but just did it multiple steps. Any problem till here? I'll pause for a few seconds and I'll ask you if you have any doubt. Anyone, any doubt?
No.
So this was easy question. So you can do this on your own. Now let's say I just change this question, right? So this was our first problem. Now just look at the second problem. Write a SQL query to find the second most frequently ordered product from each customer. What are you going to do here now? In the same question,
Rank is equal to 2.
rank is equal to 2. Are you sure? Okay, let us do this. Let us just simply make the rank as 2, right? Yeah, this has worked for this case. But let me show you what's wrong when you put rank is equal to 2, right? And I think I have already discussed this in the previous class, but I'll just uh, like again walk you through this. See, this was like you are partly right. Rank is equal to 2. I will have to do rank is equal to 2, but I'll tell you why there's a problem here. I'll take this same example. Let me just add one more. So customer 3, let's say he makes product. I might need. Okay, yeah, this will work. Yeah. So what will the first step for this be? This customer 3, how many X's he ordered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many Y's he ordered? 1, 2. Right. This is good. We were good till here. Now again, what will happen here for customer 3? X is equal to 5, Y is equal to 2, right? And this will be rank 1 and this will be rank 2, right? But what if customer 3 made same number of orders for Y? So how many orders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's say if Y was 5, right? So here Y was 5, right? And let's say customer 3 made a a third order which was Z, right? So for customer 3, I'll have a Z as well. How many Z? Two Zs, right? How many Zs? Two Zs, right? So if you are applying a rank function here, so you know rank for similar values, it will give the same rank. So here what it is going to give? It is going to give rank 1, right? And what is the number which this particular row will get when I'm using a rank function?
3.
3.
3.
3, right? Why? Because 1, then 1 extra, so it is going to skip 2 and it is going to give 3, right? So now if you apply the rank is equal to 2, right? So you'll get the correct value for these two because yes, these two y is the second most ordered product for two, and x is the second most ordered product for one. So you are good with these two customers. But what about the third customer? If you write rank is equal to two, now I'm not going to get any output, right? Though z is the second most ordered product, right? So what is the way around? What I can do to fix this?
Dense rank.
Yes, absolutely. So now if I apply a dense rank here, so these are good, this is good, and then here what I will get rank as 2. Right? Now you can apply rank is equal to 2, and now you'll get the correct output. Yes. So this was a very, and who answered this? Vibhor?
Prashant.
Prashant, yeah. So Prashant, good. I think you guys are following it quite well. So now when I use a dense rank, so what I'll do is I'll simply change this particular example, rank and dense rank will work because no customer had similarly ordered product more than like one. So here, if I just apply the dense rank function, right? Just like I applied a rank here, if I apply a dense rank function here, and now when I do now filter it out with rank two, what I'm going to get, I'm going to get same output, but this is the correct output, right? Because uh, if my table changes or if my table is something of this sort, so your rank 2 with rank will not work. You have to use rank 2 with dense rank, right? Pretty easy, right? So we have covered a few important concepts, and I think rank and dense rank, the difference between the utilities of these two functions have become more clear with this example. Okay, so we are good. We are down with two problems. Let us now move to the third problem. So yeah, so this problem I think you can do this, right? Write a SQL query to find the second most frequently ordered product for each customer. So we have done this. Now let us take a easy one. So this we have done these two. Let us move to the third problem. Any doubt till the first two problem? Anyone? No.
No.
Okay. Now let us take this problem. So what I have to find is find the right SQL query to find a running total for each value in the table, right? Now I think I already told you what the running total is, but let us just do this problem again. So what is a running total first? Let us understand that. Running total is nothing but uh, if let's say this is my value column 1, 3, 2, 7, 5, 8, right? And if I tell you to find a running total, and this is a very frequent question, right? Running total or maybe running average. I can ask you anything, right? So let's say we are talking about running total, right? What I'm going to do, running total means for that particular row, count that value and the value previous to it, right? So this means one. Is there any previous value? No. So only one. Then for this row, count this plus add all the value that precedes this row. So what is this going to be? 3 plus 1. What for this row, what it is going to be? 2 plus all rows that precedes this row, right? 3 plus 1. Similarly for this, 7 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. For this, 5 plus 7 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. And then for this, 8 plus 5 plus 7 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. So, right, this is the concept of running total. Now this is intuitively this is a very simple concept, but once you see this in a query form, or if you have to solve this using SQL, so you have to understand how or what logic works. Yeah, right. So val 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 7, 5, 8, right? So let me say I want to create a new column called running total. So you can see that I will need some form of window function here because a new column is created, right? What sort of window function? Let's say I'm partitioning over the entire table, right? So let me first write this over since I'm partitioning over the entire table, so I don't have to give the partition by clause. Do I have to give the order by clause? Let's say I don't need. Right? Let's say this is ordered, and I don't need to give a order by clause. Uh, Now what I have to do? You can see that I have to do some kind of summation, right? So that means I'll have to use the sum function, right? On what I have to do the summation? I have to do the summation on val. Okay. Uh, okay. This is cool. But if you just run this, right, as running total from, let's say this table name was T, right? If you don't write anything in over, that means your entire partition is being taken as one, or your entire table is taken as one partition, and then you are doing sum of value. So what it is going to do is it is going to sum all the values. That means 8 plus 5 plus 7 plus 2 plus 3. So what is this? 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 7, 13. 13 plus 5, 18. 18 plus 8, 26. So this is going to give you 26 in every column, in every row. Okay, 26. But this is not what you want. What you want is whenever in whichever row you are, right, you should just limit your sum to all the rows preceding this particular row, right? So if you are in the row 1, so you don't want 26, you want just 1. If you are in row 2, so you have to go all the way around back to the start of partition, but not below 3. So now you want here, you want 3 plus 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to, as your row is moving down, you have to give a sub window, right? And this is where I think in over clause I told you there are three like expression. So one is your partition by, since you're not partitioning by anything, so you can skip this. Then there's order by, you're also not ordering by anything. And then is your subframe length. Subframe means from the current row, how many backwards and how many forward, right? So how I'm going to define the subframe here? What I want the subframe to limit from the current row till the preceding row, till from where the partition started, right? So I think I already told you this, but I'll just repeat. So the syntax for that is first you'll write rows. Rows will indicate your current rows, right? Just a second. Hey Pramod, uh, you are quite late today.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, I was thinking class at 9:30.
okay, no problem. Yeah, I think I failed to clearly mention this, but no
Oh,
problem. Yeah. So, but don't worry. I think the recorded lectures, you'll get the recorded lectures, and I've already shared the PDF with the solutions.
yes,
So,
yes, yes, I will do.
right. So yeah, don't worry. And if you have any doubt, you can just reach out to me. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
for the 36 minutes which you missed. Okay.
okay.
So now yeah, I was talking about the subframe. So so what is the syntax of subframe? You'll use rows. Rows means it represents the current rows. Then you'll write unbounded. Unbounded. Unbounded means all the way long, all the way back, and there's no bound. But where do you want to go unbounded? Forward or backward? You want to go backward, right? So unbounded preceding. So just remember this as a English statement which is used as a code or syntax for a code. Rows unbounded proceeding. When you write this, now what happens is though there is no partition created, but whenever you are operating something, you will just operate from this row and you will just operate between this partition or between this subframe, and that subframe is unbounded. Unbounded means all the way long, all the way back to the start of that partition. There's no partition, so the start of the table, and unbounded and preceding, so backward, right? So what this does is it will calculate the sum over just these frames. So let's say if I am on row 3, so I am going to calculate the sum on 3 unbounded preceding 1, right? So 3 plus 1. Let's say I'm on this row. So how will I calculate the sum? I'll just calculate the sum from rows unbounded preceding, right? So I'll just calculate it for these rows. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 7 plus 5, right? And similarly, so on and so forth, right? So this is how I'll get the running total. Running total. So is this concept clear? Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Okay. Now let us just run this. So see, how will I find, how will I go about? I think I need someone to help me with this query. So who is going to speak? I think let me point to uh, mm, 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 Nikhil. Yeah, Nikhil. So how am I going to go about this?
Yes, Neil.
Yeah.
So we will select from.
No, I want this. Let me show you the desired output. What I want. I want something like this, right? So I want something like this.
Okay, sure.
So select
We'll from T, then
just
from
from
table.
T. Select what?
Select val,
Hmm.
comma,
Hmm.
sum of
Sum of val
val over
over
in bracket unbounded preceding,
rows
rows unbounded
unbounded
preceding,
precede, preceding
alias of the column
as
name which has one running
running
total
total from
from
T.
table name. Yes.
Cool. So
Yes.
this should work, right? And see, I have got the running total. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5, then 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 7, and so on, right? Pretty easy. And these questions are directly asked in interviews. So again, important question, simple concept, but important question. And now let us move to a slightly tricky question, um, which is I think has been asked in Facebook interviews. So I have like directly picked the question from a very famous website called Stata Scratch. I'll share the link of this website where you can practice problem after this class. Let me just explain what this problem statement means. So Facebook Messenger stores number of messages between users in a table called FB messages. In this table, user 1 is the sender, user 2 is the receiver, and message count is the number of messages exchanged between them, right? So, for example, what I'll just explain what this table means. So, now I have a table called FB messages, right? Pay attention what this table is. So, I have three fields here. One is uh, user ID 1, user 1, other is user 2. I think there's one more column here. ID, yeah. So this is the message ID, and this is the date of message, right? So let us say Facebook is storing its message something like this, and this is the message count, right? So let me first tell you what this table means. So let's say on a particular day, user one was, let's say, Nikhil, right? And Nikhil was interacting with Pramod, right? And they exchanged, let's say, three messages, right? So Nikhil, if Nikhil is sending three, so this is the sender, right? And this is the receiver. So how much will Pramod receive? Three, right? So this is like one-to-one relation. If Nikhil is sending three, so Pramod will receive three, right? Let's say Nikhil is also talking to, let's say, Vibhor, right? And they exchange some message. Let's say they exchange five messages, right? Now let me say that Varun is talking to maybe Lokesh, and they exchange three message. Let us say Varun is also talking to Nikhil, and then they exchange five message. Let me say now Vibhor is talking to maybe who's the other guy here? I'm forgetting your names. Prasant. Okay. So let's say Vibhor is talking to Prasant, and they exchange some seven messages. Okay. What I want is this is the table and so on and so forth for multiple. So you can see that one sender can be a receiver, obviously, and then one again sender can be a receiver between any conversation, right? So this is how this particular conversation or this particular data is stored in Facebook message table. Right. What I want is now just let us read the question. And this is an important question, so just pay attention because if you can understand this, I think most of your window functions query will be resolved. So what I want is find the top 10 most active users on Facebook Messenger by counting their total number of messages sent and received. Top 10 most active users on the messenger by counting their total number of messages. So what do you mean by that? So let us say that Nikhil, and I have to count the total number of messages, the total number of messages, and this is nothing but sends as well as received, right? So if a person is receiving, then also he's active on Messenger. If a person is sending, then also he's active on Messenger. And I want to find who is the person and who are the top 10% who have received the maximum sends plus received. That means, let's say if I'm counting for Nikhil, right? So Nikhil, how many did he? What is the total number of messages sent or received? We can see three here. Then again Nikhil is here. You can see five. So 3 plus 5. Then where is Nikhil? Then I think here Nikhil. Then again he is as a receiver then. Right? So 3 plus 5 message sent plus 5 message received. So what is the total amount of message count for Nikhil? 13. Now let us calculate for Pramod. How much is the active messages that he received or sent? So he received 3 message here. And then yeah, so Pramod is only 3. Right? So Nikhil done. Pramod done. Now let us talk about Vibhor. So how much did he send or receive? Vibhor received 5 here. So 5. Then he sent 7 here. So 5 plus 7. How much? 12. Right. Then Vibhor is also done. Then now let us take Varun. Varun. So how much did he send or receive? He is just in the sender, so he's not in the receivers column. So 3 plus 5. How much? 8. Right. Varun is done. Now who is left? Lokesh and Prashant. So how much did Lokesh? He is just a receiver. So Lokesh is 3 and Prashant is 7. Right. Now these are the total messages. Now I just have to find, let's say if I ask you to find the top two, so just arrange them in descending order based on these counts. So who will be the top two? Nikhil will be the top and Vibhor will be the second because with 13 and 12 messages. So this is what I have to do, right? So this was a simple table, so it was easy to visualize. Now let us go to our table. You can create this table using this code in this gray box, as I already told you. Let us go to our query editor, right? So this is what my table is, right? So this user one, user two, message count is 2, right? I just explained you this. Now, how do I find the top most active users, right? I've already explained you the logic. Now tell me the code. Anyone who is going to volunteer? What do I need to do first? Remember, first I have to somehow create all the users or count the sends as well as received messages for all the users. Somehow I have to do that. Just wanted to ask you, have you guys covered union all clause in your previous class, union? Or are you guys aware with the union clause?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So my hint is you have to use union somewhere. First, you have to create a table such that all the users, let's say this K penna is in the sender, this will also be in the receiver, right? So you have to count all the send and receive for one user and create a like one table where you get the message count and then you can do simply count and rank. So how are you going to proceed with the first step? Any idea? You can take your time, think over it, take a few seconds, and then let me know. Let's say user one, let's say I'm running this query, user one as, let me give this the alias, username, message count from FB messages. Right? If I run this, I'm going to get a table where I'll get user one and the message count, right? So it will just give me this column and this column, right? And let's say if I have to stack this column over this column somehow, and then get the message count, repeated message count separately below it. So will my problem be resolved? So for example, if let's say Nikhil was in the senders column as well as receivers column. So if somehow I can create a table like this, let's say Nikhil 3, Nikhil 5, uh, and then let's say again, so these two senders are done. Uh, and then after all, after all the senders are complete, then again I'll have this is the senders table or the senders column, and then this is the receivers column, and then again I'll have Nikhil, and what will be the count of Nikhil here? 5, right? Once I get something like this, then I think our problem is resolved. Then I can simply sum this group by the name, sum it, and then rank it, right? How will I get this? Like I want to stack this user on this user. How will I do this?
By unioning both the users.
Yes. So how will I do this?
Same, you also select an user two and
Yeah.
count their
So
messages.
yeah. So I'll just use this and put a union all clause, and instead of user one here I'll have user two. Now let me just run this and see what happens. See, now I've got all the users all the way down, and all the senders and receivers are in one column and with their message count, right? Once we have this, right? So our problem is solved now, right? So this was the main concept here, to use the union all function, union all clause. Once I have this, I can put this in a subquery, right? I can put this in a subquery, and I can simply query this table. And what will I do here? Now what is the logic here now? Now I want someone to speak.
So
Now how will I
sub
solve?
Yeah,
message count.
summing the message count.
Summing the
Message
message
count.
on what? On what?
Yes,
Summing, okay. Tell
Group
me
by
the query.
username.
group by
Right.
user.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. So what will I write? Sum. What will I write in sum? Message count. Right. Excellent. So you guys have like got the crux of this que- question. Let me this put this as total mess MSG count. Right. And then I'll put a group by one. Okay. Why I'm writing one? Because I'm just grouping it by this and from. Okay. Now once I do this, I'll get, okay, what happened? Did we run into an error? Okay, I didn't give a table
Yeah,
alias. Yeah. So
your table
maybe
alias.
I
Yeah.
made a mistake. Yeah. So let us, even if you don't put x dot, it is okay, but let us just follow this convention. Right. Now let me just run this. Okay, so I got this, but I want the top 10 users. So what I'm going to do, I can also order by here, right? Order by two descending. Let's say if I do this, two is this, right? Order by two descending. Once I do this, so I get this. Now I just want the top 10. So what will be my top 10? If this is the top messenger, right? Jom can. So the second rank would be 37. So what I'm going to do next is give it a rank. Yeah. Now I
And
put this in a
Okay.
subquery, right? To see how, if you solve this question, break it down step by step, it is very easy. You just have to put subquery over subquery. Right. Let me give this as alias y. Now this is my table. Now this table is a y table. What I'll do is I'll provide this a rank, right? So select star, comma, rank over, what I'm going to do is over order, order by y dot total message count, right, as rank from this. Okay. So I'll get a separate column as rank, and this will rank by this, but I want this to be in descending order. So descending order. Okay. Now let me run this. So I get, okay. So this is rank one, these are rank two, this is rank four. I just want top 10. So, if you do top 10 here, so it is going to create problem because, we are skipping rows. So what I'll do is I'll use a dense rank, right? So once I use a dense rank here, I get the top messages as one, two, three, four, and then I'll simply use a filter. And what filter will I use? Where y dot, no, where I have to then again put this in a subquery. Okay. What I want is, let us see the desired output. What I want.
Cannot we use directly? मतलब, can we use limit directly?
If you use limit, no, limit will give you rows, first 10 rows. But you see, one row, two different rows have the same rank. So these two with 37 message exchange fall in the rank two. So if you use limit, you will get, let's say if I use limit two, so it will eliminate the third person, right?
Yeah.
So you have to filter using rank. You want a top 10. So top 10 means top, or the second ranker there could be many second rankers, right? Here you can see there are two second rankers. So if you have to somehow pick all these two. So you cannot use the limit here. You have to use a filter on the rank. This is easy. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just have to now put this again in a subquery. Uh, if you do step by step, you'll understand. Then select star from, I'm selecting everything, where z dot rank is less than equal to 10. Right? So once I do this, I should get my top 10 users, right? So I got the top 10. So these are the top 10 users. Is it clear? Pretty simple and step by step. So see, number of users are more. These are not just 10 users. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In fact, 13 users fall in the top 10 category. Why? Because there are many repeated users, or repeated users that have the same number of message exchange. So all these will fall in the top 10 category, right? Because there can be similar message exchange. Okay, good. Are we good for this question? Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Anyone, any doubt? No doubt?
No doubt.
No
No.
doubt.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay, good, good. So see, we have tackled like few very interesting question here, and these questions, if you have followed this question, and we just used rank function, somehow use subquery, group by, and we were able to break these questions. I think we did 4 questions here. Right? Now there is one more question, but I'm not going to solve this. I'm going to give this as an assignment. I think this is your P5. We have done till P4. This is a P5. I'll just tell you what this question means so that you can try this. I have provided you the solution, but just don't look at the solution. My advice would be just to see the desired output, see the question, and solve this on your own, right? So just put this, put this in your query editor, run this in your query editor. Your table will be created, and then solve this. So what this table is, this I have provided you a contest table. So what this means is there are different contests, contest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, given by different names, different IDs. And there is a start date of each contest and end date of each contest. Let's say contest 1 is football. So this starts on first and ends on fourth. Let's say 2 was cricket. So it starts on second and end on fourth, and so on and so forth. So each event has a start date and end date. I want to find the number of days one contest will not collapse, will clash with the next contest, right? So, for example, if you can see here, your contest one starts on 1st February and ends on 4th February, right? Similarly, your contest 2 starts on 2nd February. So you see, before your contest 1 ends, your contest 2 has started. I want to find for how many days does every subsequent contest clashes. So for example, if you can just see here, it starts on 1st, ends on 4th. This starts on 2nd and ends on 5th. So how many days does contest 1 and contest 2 clash? For 2, 3, and 4. So contest 2 will happen on 3rd, on 2nd. Even contest 1 will happen on 2nd. Contest 2 will happen on 3rd. Even contest 1 will happen on 3rd. Contest 2 will happen on 4th because its end date is 5. And contest 1 will happen on 4th, right? So they clash for 3 days, right? So I want 3 here. Similarly for these two contests, similarly for these two, and all the way long till the end, right? So is the question clear what I want? So I want something like this. So contest 1 clashes with the next event for 3 days, right? We just saw. Similarly, if you see contest 2 and 3, 2 starts on 2nd and ends on 5th, right? So I'll just use a blackboard for better representation. So let's say contest 1, this starts, and let this be my uh, timeline. Okay. So let's say this starts on, when did this start? On 1st February. This is your second, this is your third, and then this is your fourth, right? So contest 1 runs for all these 4 days. Then contest 2, when does it start? It starts on 2nd, right? It starts on 2nd and then it runs till 5. So it starts on 2nd, ends on 3rd, ends on 4th, and 5th. So how many days does contest 1 clash with contest 2? For 3 days, right? Similarly, contest 3. So when does this start? This starts on 3rd, right? So this starts on 3rd and ends on 7th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7. So for how many days does this clash with this one? This will clash for again 3 days, right? So for this I want 3, or no, for this I want 3, for this I want 3. Now, how much clash does this happen with the fourth contest? The fourth starts on 4th, right? So it will start on 4th and it will end on 6th, 4th, 5th, 6th. So for how many days does fourth clash with third one? For 2 days, right? Fourth and fifth. So I want 2 more. So this is what I want, right? So number of days a contest clashes with next. My hint is you have to use either lead or lag function. It is over you to figure out which one do you use. Please don't see the answers. Just use your brain, use your logic, and see if you can come up with the solution for this. Right? Is the question clear? Before I move forward, is this question clear for everyone?
Yeah, yes, it's clear.
See, so this is what I want. As I just showed you, contest 1 clashes for 3 days, so I want 3 in front of contest 1. Contest 2 clashes is the next one for 3 days, so I want 3. Contest 3 clashes for 2 days. I don't know why. I think there might be something wrong with the example that I took. 3, 7, yeah. So 3 and 4th, it ends on 7th, right? So I think I took a wrong assumption. 4th, 5th, 6th. So this has to be 3. So this will clash with the next event for this starts on 3. 4th, 5th, 6th. Just a second. Contest 3 with contest 4. Contest 3 with contest 4. So what is contest 3? Contest 3 starts on 3rd, then 7th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And contest 4 starts on 4th and ends on 6th. Okay. So this is not. So this will start on 3 and end on 7. And contest 4 will start on 4th and end on 6th. So 4, 5, 6. So this will only clash with it for 3 days, right? How much have I shown in the desired result? I've shown 4. You have to correct this as well. I just want the answer to be 3, right? So I hope the question is clear. Anyone having any doubt? I'm sure not. And there is a printing error here, so you can ignore this. You can come up with the right solution. on your own. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with this question. And you guys, or you all of you have this PDF. You can just go through this.